Hey y'all, so I'm going to show you guys how to make a simple pillow. It's really easy. Just take two pieces of fabric, put them on top of each other, and then you're going to measure out how big you want it. You can make it as big as you want. Just remember to add an extra inch for seam allowance. So when you're sewing it, it doesn't come out super small. I made mine. This is 18 across and 15, so it's 18 by 15. This is going to be like a good size pillow. You know, you make your markings, you cut it out. I already recorded that part, but my phone didn't let me keep it. Anyways, I'm just going to take this piece off right here because it's a little bit crooked, and make sure you cut it as straight as you can. That way you won't have no crooked pillow. Now make sure you put the right size together. What that means, if you have a print, and say it was a print on this side, you want to put this print matching this print. So you want the prints together, so you see both. This is going to be the wrong side, this is going to be the wrong side. You want to see the wrong side. That way when you're sewing it and you flip it out, your pillow is going to show the pattern and not the wrong side. Let me do this like this. But this is a plain solid one, so even sometimes with those you have to look, because some solid ones, here we go, some solid ones will have one color on the front, but then it'll be like kind of grayish on the back, or the color won't be showing so much on the back. So just make sure you have it right. Next, you pin it together. Now, while you're pinning, remember you have to leave an opening to flip it out, flip it inside out after you finish sewing it. So what I do to remind myself, after I pin it all the way around, after I pin it all the way around, I always put two pins here as an X to remind me to stop here. That way I can have this little gap opening right here to flip the pillow inside out. So go ahead and pin all around. If you guys like this video already, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button to see more. I'm going to be putting more easy tutorials. Right now I'm just showing you an easy pillow to make, which should only take about 10 minutes, honestly. See, just like that. Pin, pin, pin. You see my little pretty little pins? See, that one look like a diamond? Okay, so make sure I'm recording. Yeah, I'm recording. Off to the sewing machine. Oh, and I also forgot to mention, all this stuff that you cut off of your fabric, keep it, because you can always use fabric to stuff a pillow. That's what I learned. Instead of having to buy the actual cotton fluff and stuff, you can always stuff it with fabric. And to me, it's softer. Believe it or not, it's softer as long as you don't use denim and stuff like that. Alrighty, so here we go. Turn it on. I know you guys can see my my thread is purple. Don't worry about it, because this is going to be on the inside. You're not even going to see it, so it doesn't really matter what kind of thread you use. Make sure I keep that close by. Now when you're sewing, of course you want to make sure you sew straight. Okay. Sew straight, that way you won't have a crooked pillow either. And I'm also going to show you how to get those corners. Make sure you backstitch. Backstitch just means you go backwards. See, it was going in reverse. That way your stitches won't come undone. Then as soon as you stuff the pillow, it's going to fall apart. And this is one of the easiest projects. If you're a beginner sewer, this is one of the easiest projects to do to get your sewing skills up. Thread broke. Well, actually, it just came off the spool, so everything's good. My sewing machine, don't be trying to act up in front of people just because we got company, okay? Calm down. Now, when you get to the end, okay, I'm back. I had to rethread my machine because she started acting a little simple because we got company. Don't do that. Stay true to yourself, you know. Now, when you get to the end, you go ahead and don't lift up the needle. Lift up the presser foot, which is this part right here that holds the fabric down while you're sewing. And you're going to turn the fabric towards you to where you're sewing next. See? Swivel it just like that. Put the presser foot back down and sew again. Always remove your needles. I don't care what nobody says that you can sew over top needles. Oh no, don't do that, because I sewed over top needles before and it broke my actual needle here and bent my pins. So always remember to remove your needles. That was a beginner mistake that I was making, and I don't want you guys to make. Like I said, this project is really easy. Lift the presser foot again, and you turn the fabric just like that. Put it back down, continue to sew. I'm serious, Amelia. I named my sewing machine Amelia. Look here, Amelia. Don't be showing out just because we trying to do a tutorial and stuff and we got company, alright? Continue how you was. Everything's good. We on good terms and stuff. Shoot. Calm yourself down. People want to see what we doing. I'm trying to show you off this stuff. You want to ask something? See what I'm saying? She trying to act something. Don't make me trade you in now. Okay, we're at the next corner. Every corner you want to swivel. Lift the presser foot up. Turn the fabric. Put it back down. Continue sewing. Okay, now we're coming to that spot that we marked to not sew past. Remember, we put the pins here. I don't know if you, let me move my finger. Now you can see the pins that we put as an X. It might look like a big gap, but it's going to be worth it because once you start stuffing it, you're going to need that room to get the stuff in there. So, when you get to this part, Lord, my thread broke. What is going on with you, Amelia? Okay, now we're at that mark. We're going to back stitch. Close it up. And lift your needle up. Lift the presser foot up. You take those pins out now. Pull it straight off. Cut the threads. And when you're cutting the threads on the inside, they don't have to be perfect. Just snip them off, even if you have just a little piece hanging. See that? Just little pieces. You see it? It's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect because it's going to be on the inside. Nobody's going to know. Now, let me get these threads. And snip, snip. Now, I'll take you over here to show you how to finish it. Okay, so now we're back to the cutting area. You can see the stitches going all the way around. Now, what you want to do before you turn it inside out, go to the corners and you're going to snip it just like this. Make sure you don't snip the thread because it's going to come apart. So just cut a little triangle off just like that. Show you again. Just like that. And this one too. Now you don't have to worry about pressing these seams or anything like that because we're going to flip it inside out and then we're going to press it once we flip it inside out. Now to flip it inside out, the part that we didn't sew, of course, open that up and just push everything right on out. And we snip the corners, that way we could push the corners out and you can have a pillow, a square pillow. So the corner, you just push the fabric out each corner just like that. See how it's square? Well, it's pointed. It's going to be squared once you do it to all of them. And you don't have to worry about doing it to the one that's where the opening is. Just like that. See? And then get the other one. Just like that. Boom. You have your pillow case right now. There we go. Pull this side out. And now this is the part that we left open. What you're going to do, you can use cotton to fill it. I'm just going to use the extra fabric that I have on hand. This is from the actual pillow, of course, because it's yellow. So just stuff that in there. Don't stuff too much at a time because you don't want to break your seams. But that's what we're going to do. We're going to stuff it in. I mean, I just throw everything in there, all the scrap pieces, and I got stuff from other. Look, this is blue. Just toss it in there. They'll never know. See, I got red and stuff. They'll never know. Just stuff everything in here. See, I have a whole bunch of, I have a bin over here of scraps that I keep just in case of this stuff, or just in case I want to make something, using patchwork or something. Just got a whole bunch of scrap fabric that just stuff in here. I do actually have some of the cotton too, but to me this helps get rid of all the extra fabric instead of just throwing it away and being wasteful. Just use it for another project. So I'm going to continue stuffing. I'll be right back. Another tip that I want to show you guys, you put, while you're stuffing it, and just, you know, shake it so you can see how much you actually have left. And you know, you don't want a flimsy pillow. Actually put a lot in there so it can actually be comfortable. And you know what, you guys, I forgot to press it, but you know, it's not really a big deal. You don't necessarily have to press it. And press, you know, for beginners, I mean iron it like while it's flat before you start stuffing. Just make sure you fold it at the seam and then iron it, but it's not necessary. It's still going to be a nice fluffy pillow. And I'm almost done. Just adding a little bit more. If you like this video, hit the like button, hit subscribe to see more. Follow me on Instagram, check out my Facebook and TikTok, all that stuff. It will be in the description box. Let me know down below if you're going to make a pillow of your own. If you do, tag me in it on Instagram or wherever. You know, let me know. I want to see what pretty things y'all make. And this fabric, I have a lot of this fabric left over. I actually made me and my daughter's tea party dresses with this. You can see it on my Instagram and my Facebook. I think I put it on TikTok too. I don't know, but I have a lot of this left because that was actually a bed sheet that I made it out of. Yes, you guys, you can actually make stuff out from bed sheets, from old clothes. I mean, because fabric is expensive. Sometimes, you know, you hit up the Walmart bins or whatever, you can find something good that is low budget, but other than that, like all the pretty sequins and all that kind of stuff, that stuff will be almost $20 a yard. And if you're making a big gown, you need at least 7 yards, depending on your size. But if you want, you know, the long fancy train and all that stuff, yeah, you're going to need a lot. And like I said, fabric can get expensive, but you can use bed sheets, old clothes, do patchwork from scraps you have. Do anything when it comes to sewing. See how it's getting nice to feel now? Almost done. And when you're doing this, you want to move the fabric down into the corners too. You know, get it nice and leveled, so that way you can add more to make it even more comfy. Just push it around. So you see how I'm doing it? That. And now you massage it. Just like that. Just spread it out, smooth it out, shake it a little bit, flip it over, do it the other side. See how it's nice and fluffy and stuff now? Alright, now I'm going to show you how to close it up. Oh, pause the video. Alright, y'all, now we're taking it old school. We got a regular needle and thread. double layer it like this through the needle hole. Tie the knot. I always tie 2 knots just to get a big knot like that. Now what you want to do, you want to start here, up here, not at the end. You want to start up here. We're going to end down here. I always go in first. That way when you bring it through, you won't see the knot. Pull it up. Now I turn it this way, and I'm not sure it's called a ladder stitch or what, but you fold this part in just like that. Keep it nice and straight. And what you're going to do, start on this side, go in and come back out just like that. Okay, make sure you're not getting the other side of the fabric. You pull just a little bit, and then you go on the other side. But you, on the other side, you start, can you all see it? You start right here. This is the first side, you ended up here. So on this side, you're going to start back here in the middle of the seam, and then you go up. See it? Now we stopped up here, so we're going to go in the middle, start on this side. You keep alternating sides. Try to get a little bit closer so you guys can see better. And I gotta hurry up because I hear my daughter crying. Go on this side, go in and out, come up just like that, pull it a little bit, and see, you're making an invisible stitch. So you keep alternating sides like I said. Pull a little bit. You don't want to pull it too tight because then it's going to be like all scrunched up and stuff. But make sure you keep it folded and just keep going in and out. Both sides, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Get on up, get out. But yeah, there we go. I would really appreciate if you guys share this video, especially for those beginner sewers, or if you just think this is a cool project. Hit subscribe to see more things like this, actually better things, because I really like making clothes. I'm trying to have a clothing brand, but I always do stuff like this just to work on my sewing skills. It definitely helped me learn how to do certain stitches and become better at sewing, especially in a sewing machine. But you just keep going back and forth. Do the left side, do the right side, and then I'll show you how to tie a knot at the end, which we are almost at. Keep going on this side, and then we're going to end it on this side. Now to make a knot, you take the thread, not the one that's at the bottom of the needle, but the one that you just came out of on this side. Go over top the needle and wrap it around 3 or 4 times. 1, 2, 3. And then you pull it through. Make sure you hold the thread right where it is, where you want it to stay at. Pull. And that's it. Snip it off. Shake the pillow out a little bit. And there you go. Your own pillow. Congratulations. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.